What's up, everybody? Today we have such an amazing vlog. I get to interview one of my favorite DJs and producers who's been signed to one of my favorite labels, Mixmash. We are heading international and going across the pond. It's gonna be such a super blast. For those of you guys who don't know, the 33 Club is a way for DJs and producers, whether on a big scale or large scale, to come on here. I ask them a total of 33 questions or more, because I get a little crazy during this interview, but we get to find out who they are as a DJ and producer, things that they have coming up, and most importantly, learn about them as a person and the things that inspire them to do what they do. Let's get started. All right, everyone, like I said, we are going international today. We have Take here, and oh my gosh, Take, I'm going to be honest, man, you're one of my favorite producers that has been signed to the Mixmash label. I just got to put that out there right now. I play a lot of your songs on my sets. I played them this last Friday, so it is a super huge pleasure to have you join the 33 Club. So thank you so much for doing this with me, man.
It's all right. It's a pleasure. Quite surprised to hear that, really. I don't hear that often. But yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, so I do want to tell you right off the bat, I've only been producing and I've been a DJ for maybe about 2 years, so I'm real in my infant stages of doing this, but I've listened to a lot of your tracks. If you guys haven't heard his tracks, check them out. I'll have them in the description below. But I've listened to a lot of your tracks to help inspire my production. Dude, I don't know, man. This is like a huge honor for me to have you on right now. So again, thank you, man.
It's cool. Like I said before, I'm quite nervous for the questions ahead, but I think we'll get through it. All right.
Yeah, and you said you had a beer with you, right?
Yes. Not just one. I got a few here, so I might end up going on a rant maybe soon. I'm not too sure.
That's quite all right. All right, let's get right into it. We're gonna have some really awesome questions about the music industry, about yourself, but we're gonna have some quick fire ones in there too. So if you guys don't know, the 33 Club is a way to interview producers, DJs, let them know what's going on in their world so you guys can start following them. And tell me a little bit about yourself as a DJ.
I've been DJing for about 7 years, I think, on and off. I say on and off because I prefer producing more than anything. Like, I prefer being stuck in a room on my own to just create. But yeah, I think it's about 7, maybe 8 years I've been on and off DJing. But the whole thing that got me into DJing was my brother. He bought a pair of CDJ 2000s and a DJM 800 mixer right back in the day of the Mark 1 2000. I think on Mark 3 now or 4, I can't remember. My mum used to listen to a lot of trance, like at the weekends cleaning the house or in the car. So music's always been around, and I've never really took notice to it until a couple of years ago, really. And that's pretty much it, really. I'm just kind of obsessed with making things and music.
You've been DJing about 7 years or so, and what about producing?
I don't know, maybe about the same, give or take a year. I started off on FL Studio Demo, which one of my brother's friends showed me like how to make music and stuff like that. So I just started off making pretty awful beats and noises and just weird stuff. And then I realized, like, oh, that's actually how you make music, what my brother's playing on the CDJs and stuff. One night, my brother went to a club in Liverpool near me, which is called Cream Nation. And Cream is the same people as like Creamfields and pretty much everything, right? So one night in March, he went there and watched Layback Luke and came back and showed me all Layback Luke songs. I was like, whoa, that is amazing. Because all he used to play really was like techno, tech house, bit of house. And then all of a sudden it's just, boom, Layback Luke, electro house in your face.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's amazing. And then that's when I started to think like, oh, I can make stuff like this. This is really cool. And then I started taking it a bit more serious at Christmas, asking my mum to buy me a laptop so I can make music and stuff like that. That took a lot of begging. After a while, I started watching YouTube videos because weirdly enough, I didn't think that anyone else made music. Like, you know, like I know obviously everyone makes music, but the vast majority of people on YouTube and stuff like that, I thought it was a very small, closed community.
Yeah.
I started off on the Layback Luke forum, and then I went onto YouTube, and then just asking people for advice and just trial and error, basically.
To be honest, Laid Back Luke was a really big person who got me into DJing and becoming a producer as well, which is really, really cool. So I feel like we already have a lot in common with that.
I think it was 2017. I met him in person and showed him my track Rockin', which was the first release on Ones to Watch.
Yeah.
And he was just like blown away. He just like literally paused the song and just went, okay, I'm signing this. You need to change the kick drum, but I'm signing it. I was like, okay, I'll change the kick drum. Don't worry about it. And I was quite stressed for like 3 weeks trying to find the perfect kick on the drop because it's quite a big room track.
Yeah, I love that track.
So I kept sending Luke the versions on Twitter DM, I think it was, and he just took a track out of his own. He took a kick out of his own track and just sent it to me. I put it in. Deal done. That was it, really.
What type of genre do you typically love to mix in your DJ sets?
At the minute, it does change a lot because my music taste is very broad. So sometimes I'll play disco or tech house, and then about an hour later I'll be playing big room bangers or dubstep. But at the minute it's more like future house electro.
What do you think the longest set you've actually played in, like, total of hours?
I think it was about 7 hours.
What? Holy cow.
It was I'm trying to think when it was. It was a couple of years ago now. It was a party, but I can't remember who it was for. I think it might have been a 40th birthday party or something like that, but I was like, I needed the money, blah blah blah. I took the gig and it was fine. And I think the guy said like, yeah, it's just 3 hours long. So I was like, all right, cool, like whatever. Got all the songs and stuff. Turns out it was like hell of a lot longer. I had my ex-girlfriend, now ex-girlfriend, downloading songs on the laptop next to me while I was mixing songs. And as I would mix the song in, I would take the USB out, give it to her to put the song on, and then I'll have to mix the next one. Yeah, so it was quite.
Wow. Who are your top 3 EDM DJs for 2020?
At the minute, it's a guy called Friend Within, who's a house, maybe tech house DJ. Oliver Heldens, because I missed him last year, and Swag. I think his name's Swag. It's like, yeah, I think that's how you say it. It's got a Q at the end, yeah. But one of my friends said it a couple of weeks ago. I was like, oh, that's how you say it.
Okay, so we got DJs. What about producers? Who are your top producers for 2020?
First one is Funky Craig.
Funky Craig.
Oh, yeah. That new techno track, what he dropped on Mixmash, oh, my God. That is a heavy hitter. Duckworth Sounds. He's been smashing out a lot of tracks at the minute. Loopers as well. I've been listening to a lot of Loopers at the minute. Okay. But I reference them 3. I reference my new tracks with.
Okay, so this is one of my favorites. I've told you you're one of my favorite producers to mix in my sets. Who are give me your top producer that you love to mix in your set?
It's pretty much the same people, kind of. Loopers, Jeff Hills, Vowed. That was it.
Those are good ones, man. Those are really good ones. And now for yourself. So what are some really good goals you have this year as a DJ for 2020?
I'd like to DJ a lot more. I've been slacking a lot because I'm more of like a producer, more like, instead of a DJ. But I won't mind like practicing a lot more, doing more guest mixes.
Great goals, man. What are some goals for you as a producer for this year? What would you like to do?
Here we go. So
this is a good one right here.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I just want to release a lot of music this year.
Okay.
After the couple of releases on Luke's label, I kind of just went quiet. I mean, you're talking like, when did the last track come out? I think it was about a year ago today or a couple of days ago. But yeah, I've just been like slacking with the output of music at the minute because I always keep thinking it's not good enough, not good enough, not good enough. But then I show like friends and DJs, and they're like, "Oh, it's amazing!" I'm like, "Yeah, but it's never as good as the ones on Luke's label, so it's not worth it." You know what I mean? This year, I've got like a big list in my book somewhere. I think it might be downstairs of like record labels I want to release on, which is Hysteria Records, which is Bingo Players, Musical Freedom, Armada, maybe. All right, that can count as one. I wouldn't mind making song for someone else. I've never done that. I've never been asked to make a song for someone else. Kind of grow, like stop being lazy and just get as much stuff out as I can and be more creative and stuff.
What is the next big EDM set you want to see live?
Deadmau5.
What are your 3 EDM songs of all time?
Reload by Seb Ingrosso and Tommy Trash.
Yeah.
I think it's Ten Snake, Coma Cat. I'm sure that's the track name. Chemical Brothers Swoon. I think it's the Boys Noise Summer mix as well. Like he added a bit of a cool mix. But like them songs always give me goosebumps. And I remember seeing the I remember coming into my brother's room, I think it was a day or two after he got his CDJs, and he was playing the Chemical Brothers song. And I was like, whoa, this is so cool. Like the lyrics. That was the first time I got goosebumps off a track, and I was just like, "This is amazing. This is better than sex. Like, this is amazing." Like, still is.
Right on, man. Okay, so I added. This is technically the 34 Club because I had to add this question in. Man, I've thought about it for the last few days.
Bonus.
You've been signed to Mixmash with 2.0, hands down my favorite, MFKR and Rockin'. Super, super amazing. Tell me about your journey and the process on getting to this point in your producing career and how it's opened doors for you, either as a DJ or a producer in the EDM scene, getting signed to Mixmash.
I found out about Luke's label probably 2 years into producing, and I was like, okay, cool. Because there's a guy called John Ross who is like a local talent. He's super, super amazing at making songs and stuff, right? Top guy, love him. And his track got signed to Luke's label, and I was like, whoa, that's what I want. I want that. I'm going to do this, blah, blah, blah. And I was on the forum all the time trying to like hint, like, you know, hey, sign the track. It's just like, no. No. And then a couple of years passed by, but that was like in the sights, like straight away. I didn't care about anything else. Did not care about anything else. It was getting signed to Luke's label. That was it. If I get signed to Luke's label, I've done it. Like, I'm going to just go off or whatever, right? So that night, 2017, probably about 5 years or 4 years into producing, I shown Luke rocking. He was blown away. The whole thing about the kick drum and all this stuff. December, they sent me through the contract, signed it. It came out in February. So it is a long process. Like, you know, you have to have patience for it, really. Because with me, I'm just like, oh my God, get it out. Get it out.
Yeah, me too.
Just put it up now. Doesn't matter. So that happened. And then there was loads of hype around me with like doing the Spotify takeover. And like they used to change like all the posts to like take over, like take and tag me in them. Quite funny. So that happened, and then I was just getting bombarded with like Twitter DMs and like Instagram DMs of people wanting to collaborate and stuff like that because they heard the song. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, why not? This is happening now. Like, this is where I'm going to quit my job and buy a Ferrari. And all this, buy a, you know, whatever. Anyway, right? So I've done a couple of collabs. They didn't really work out. It was like, oh well, like they're just in a folder, like dying or whatever. And then I was like, right, okay, I need a follow-up. For Rockin'. And MFKR was the longest song I've ever took to produce because it was back and forth with the A&R constantly.
Oh, man.
Sorry, this beer's making me burp, like,
That's all right, man.
Anyway, So it was back and forth with the A&R. I think it was for about 3 months, maybe 4 months. And we kept like nitpicking at little tiny things. And I was like, I'm done. Like, I'm fucking done. I hate this song. That's it. I'm pulling it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want this song out anymore. Sent in the last version, and he was like, yeah, it's cool, man. Like, whatever, we'll sign it. I was like, oh, thank God for that. You know what I mean? Put it out, not much hype around it. And I thought, oh, right, this is just bad timing. You know what I mean? It was like, I think it was the end of summer, so it's end of festival season. Mm-hmm. It came out. No one's going to really fuck with it. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. And then they just kept emailing me. It's like, come on, we need a follow up. Like, come on, this is you know, you're doing quite well. You need a follow up. And you've got all this to come, by the way. Like, I'm not like slagging Mixmash off. Like, I felt so good opening up my phone in work with an email off Mixmash and then just going, we want more tracks. I was like, oh my God. Like, you know, yay.
Nice.
But it kind of put a lot of pressure on me to try and one up because the hype wasn't that good about MFKR. I was like, oh shit, I've lost it here type of thing. And then I decided to do a track a week. And then I think I got to the second week in, 2.0 was born. And I was like, yes, this is so sick. And then I left it for about 2 months. Just left it in a folder, didn't do anything with it. Then they asked me again, have you got any more tracks? I was like, yeah. Sent them 2.0, signed it. Didn't even have to do anything to it. I think they mastered it for me because I'm proper shit at mastering. I'm not even joking.
Dude, me too, man.
That was it, really. I kind of just like backed off because everything I was making, even just a quick 10-minute idea, not good enough. Bin it. 8 months of not even making one song because I was pressurizing myself so much to try and make it as good as 2.0 or something like that, but in a different genre. Mixmash was in the sights for that long. I kind of had my blinders on to everything else. So it was like, okay, just Mixmash. It's like, oh, Tiesto's label. No. Just Mixmash. Sorry.
All right, so now we're going to get into these really rapid fire ones because it's a way just for myself and people to find more about or learn more about yourself as a person. So really quick, here we go. What's your favorite animal?
Dogs.
Why?
Well, they're cool as fuck. Like, I've got a dog, and she's all right. She's quite cool. I don't know. Every time I see a dog, I just want to hug it. You know what I mean? Hopefully if it doesn't attack me. But you know, I'm quite obsessed with dogs. I can't wait to be famous. I'm gonna have like 100. Okay.
What's your favorite food?
Burgers.
Burgers?
Burgers.
Give me a virtual Skype pound. I love burgers too. Yeah. What's your favorite color?
Mint green at the minute.
What? At the minute? What does that mean?
Well, it changes. Like, I design a lot of clothes as well. Well, not clothes, but I say like graphics to put on clothes and stuff. Funnily enough, I haven't even got one clean today to wear, so I'm gonna have to wear like this. Yeah, so I always go through like color charts and stuff like that, and mint green at the minute. Whew, it's popping.
Nice.
It is popping.
That's cool. What about your favorite number?
I don't have one. Don't have a favorite number.
What?
That's a bit weird, isn't it? Is that weird?
Oh, you're the first person who I've met who does not have a favorite number. That's cool, dude.
No, just...
All right. Favorite actor?
Robert Downey Jr.
This is funny. Have you seen that meme of Downey softener and they put Robert Downey over it and it says Downey Fresh or something like that?
No way. No. Oh, you're going to have to send me that on Twitter or something.
I'll put it in the video, dude. It's so hilarious.
All right, yeah, cool.
Who's your favorite actress?
If I'm saying this right, but is it Margot Robbie? You know, Margot the Wolf of Wall Street? Yeah. Her English accent is on point.
My favorite genre of EDM is bass house. I love how heavy it hits, and it has a lot of different sounds and synths in it. Yep. What is your favorite genre of EDM?
Ooh, probably the same, you know, because I think like electro house is actually bass house. You know, it's kind of the same thing to me anyway.
What is your biggest dream as a DJ?
Probably just to play like Friday, Saturday, and then spend Sunday to like Thursday at home, like making music or running a record label. I had a talk with my brother. Like, he said, could you imagine doing that 6 days a week, flying to a different country, doing this, doing that? Like, as soon as you're off the flight, have a shower. Oh shit, sound check, and then you got to do it. Nah, not for me. Not for me. So Friday, Saturday, even Sundays, yeah, that's fine. But I want, a bit of peace and quiet. Yeah. So
you're a total introvert then.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite local DJ that you're just like is killing it right now?
Yes, my friend Jack. He's called Rejack, with R-E and then J-A-C. Cool name. Cool name.
Yeah.
But he's been doing it for a lot of years, and like his productions are on point, DJing's on point. Definitely a better DJ than me. It's house music, like proper house music.
Mm-hmm. And what about like on a producer level?
Producer, I'm not too sure if you've heard of him, but he is quite well known. His name is Bontan. He's released on. I was trying to think. It's all house, like basically around here. It's a lot of house DJs. I'm probably like the only EDM bro DJ around here, type of thing. But yeah, Bontan is definitely one of the top producers. Easy.
Okay, so you've been to Germany. You got signed to Mixmash, and I'm sure you've had those late nights where you're laying in bed and your mind starts going crazy with like the future and the possibilities and potential. Do you have just a number one place that you could DJ and that would just be like the world to you? Like you have to DJ there.
Creamfields.
Yeah?
Yeah, because it's only about a 45-minute drive away from here.
Nice.
And the fact that the whole Cream and Creamfields thing actually developed in Liverpool, which is only down the road, like I mentioned before, it's quite close to home. And my mum always used to play the Cream trance CDs. It's been a part of my life for a while. So, definitely Creamfields is on the top of the list.
Dude, that's awesome. And so before you go play at these sets and even like this dream set, do you have a routine that you have to like do before each and every set?
Probably go to the toilet for a wee. It depends. Like if I've had like a couple of beers, I don't really tend to be nervous. Like I'm fine. Mm-hmm. I'll probably watch the crowd for about half an hour just to see what the other DJs play. If I'm playing after someone, I like seeing what they're playing so I don't play the same song or something like that. How they react, blah, blah, blah. But nah, like I don't plan anything. I just have a couple of beers, have a look round, see what's going on, and then go, all right, that'll work. Like first track, okay, look, that worked. All right, sound next track. And I just scroll through and that's it. Like I don't really plan anything though. But yeah, definitely go to the toilet, maybe have a beer. That's about it.
What is your favorite EDM trend ever?
Probably the Harlem Shake.
What?
Do you remember the Harlem Shake? It was a good couple of years ago.
Yeah.
That was cool. When Big Room was quite big as well. But yeah, like Harlem Shake. And when Big Room was big.
Yeah.
That was it, really. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so what trends do you want to see in the music industry?
People appreciating DJs like me and you and Layback Luke and 8-Track and stuff. Mm-hmm. Real DJing, not like getting on top of the booth, like spraying champagne while the track's mixing itself. People maybe appreciating the art of DJing and like the warm-up DJ. Great
trend to have in there. I really, really like that. What is the trend you want to see go completely away in the EDM scene?
The microphone uses.
I don't use the microphone at all.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Fuck me. Like, I remember, I think who was watching? I can't even remember who I was watching. It must have been so boring. But like every single track, 1, 2, 3, jump. And I just thought to myself, like, nah, like I don't want to now. But like, it kind of annoys me because we're not at a fucking gym class. You know what I mean? We're here at a DJ set. I want to know. I don't want to know when the drop's coming. I want something like surprising or what gives me goosebumps. You know what I mean? So Yeah, the microphone can fuck off. Like I'm sick of it.
Gosh.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan.
You've been DJing for about 7 years, and this is the time I really like this part of the interview where you can kind of help guide amateur DJs. What do you think is the hardest thing as a DJ?
Two things. Getting gigs, right? Everyone's struggling with gigs because everyone's trying to do the same thing as you, right? Also, having enough money to buy music.
Yeah.
Because if you just rip it off YouTube, okay, it'll sound good in your speakers in your bedroom or something, but not when you get on a club system. You can fucking tell. Trust me, you can tell.
Yeah.
By experience, I know that. But yeah, it's like gigs are really hard. Funding, the price of CDJs and stuff at the minute are through the roof. Like you could buy about 5 cars. Like I'm not even joking.
Yeah. No, that's really good, man. And so this kind of is a segue into the next question. What are tips, advice, suggestions for people who want to learn how to become a DJ and a producer?
Don't go to college.
Don't go.
Yeah, because they have like music production courses and like we teach you how to DJ properly, and it's like no, you don't really. But like I found that if basically everything that you're gonna spend, your like I don't know, it's £9,000 over a year to study. So all the information they're going to tell you is on YouTube for free, or on a forum somewhere for free, or on Twitter for free, right?
That's how I learned, man. That's exactly how I learned.
Like, you know what I mean? But it's like, well, look at the '90s DJs. Like, how they didn't go to university and study how to make a saw wave or something. You know what I mean? They just did it. It's a waste of money. Try and just do your research. Just try and figure out like how to do stuff, and don't worry, don't stress. You got time. You know what I mean? If you're like 18 years old, the life expectancy at the minute is like 80, I think. So you got ages. Don't worry about it. But like it does take time. Like I've been doing it for years. I know people who've been doing it longer than me, who are like, I wouldn't say not as good because that just sounds awful. But I mean, who haven't had releases on labels like Mixmash or something like that. It's just because everyone's progress rate is different.
Right.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it.
Well, speaking of producing and like having these mountain waves, I know this is another kind of segue into this next question, but what is your favorite, or do you have a favorite BPM that you love to mix in?
Probably about 126. It's quite chilled. I'm not going to be jumping around everywhere. So, but then when I play live, either 128 or 130.
Who is your favorite famous DJ that you've met in person?
I'm torn between two. Can I have two? Is that all right?
Yeah, dude, do it.
First one was Calvin Harris at Creamfields last year.
Nice.
So I was talking to Luke. I can't remember what we were talking about. I was quite drunk, I'm not going to lie, because it was free, kind of free ale, kind of not. So, like, free beers. So, yeah, I was taking advantage of that. So me and Luke were chatting, and then loads of security pulled up, and I was like, oh, what's going on over there? Then Calvin Harris jumps out of the car, and I was like, oh shit, it's Calvin Harris. And Luke's like, oh, come on then, come on, we're going to say hi. I was like, okay, what is going on? Met him and Luke was talking for a little bit, 5 minutes or so, and then he looked at me and was just like, who are you, type of thing, who's this? And then Luke introduced me, I was one of his producing students, released on his record label, blah blah. Because I was kind of starstruck. I was like, holy shit, it's Calvin Harris. Oh my god.
Yeah.
And I was just like, hey dude, how's things? And we just had a normal conversation about DJing and stuff. And then I gave him a business card and he laughed. He was like, wow, I've not seen one of these in about 10 years. And I was like, wow. Well, yeah, And then we joked about me opening up for him at Creamfields in 5 years' time. I say keep an eye out for me and blah blah blah. But that was it. It was really cool. I thought because he's so famous and rich and this and that, he would probably forget about the smaller guys. But he didn't. And when Luke mentioned about me being like a student of his, he was like, "Oh yeah, you're always doing stuff like that. Like, he must see something in me." I was just like, "What the fuck is going on?" And then the second guy was probably MK.
Okay.
I was, it was at Creamfield, same day as well, earlier in that day actually. I went out into the actual festival grounds to get some food because I was really hungry. And I was waiting in line for a pizza, just like having a look round, and MK's playing the main stage. Like, I can see it all. So he's playing the main stage, it's going off. Fireworks, confetti, tits out, the works, right? I get my pizza. I'm like, cheers, blah, blah, blah. He finishes his set. I walk backstage to get a beer, to sit down on the grass on my own to eat pizza. Get halfway through the pizza-ish, maybe 2 slices or something. MK walks past. And I just looked and was like, "All right, Mark," like joking about. And he was just like, "Oh, hey, you all right?" And then looked at me and then looked at the pizza. And I was like, "Do you want some?" Do you want some pizza? Yeah, cool. And then he just sat down with me, like, I don't know who she was. It might have been his girlfriend, or maybe just I'm not even getting into it. And then we were both just like chatting, eating pizza together for about half an hour or something like that. So that was quite cool.
Nice.
I have no idea what we were talking about though, because I was just like, "Oh my god." He should have paid half for that pizza though. Definitely, he owes me like $4.
That's awesome. Cool, man. That's a really good story. I really like that. So we're in the year 2020, and dude, you had a lot of awesome stories, by the way. But do you have any, like, what are your top 3 songs for 2020 that you might have a story with, like, or do you have just 3 songs that are just in your head, constant repeat for 2020?
Lay Back Luke's new one.
Mm-hmm.
What he released on Valentine's Day.
Can't Hold My Tongue.
Yes, that top melody.
Mm-hmm.
It's been stuck in my head since I heard it. I was like, "Oh god!" Like, I've got music to finish, like collaborations and stuff. Like, I've got deadlines to finish, and I can't, because all I keep thinking about is that fucking song. It is really good, and like that top line. I was trying to write a top line. I think it was yesterday or something like that, and I just couldn't because I kept trying to write Luke's one instead. I was like, "Fuck's sake!" I've been listening to a lot of Tyler the Creator recently as well. His new album, Igor, is production-wise amazing. Obviously, it's not EDM, so sorry, everyone. But yeah, Luke's new one stuck in my head all the time. Tyler the Creator's song stuck in my head. There's a release on Size Records. It's called Take It to the Top. And I think you say his name like La Creme or La Creme. I don't know. It's spelled weird. But that's a heavy hitter.
Nice.
That is a heavy hitter.
Literally, this next question is hands down my favorite question to ask, because it kind of tells the story of who you are and what got you started. What was that moment in your life that you were just like, "This is what I have to do. I want to produce music and I want to DJ"?
You're the first person who's ever asked. Definitely the involvement of my brother bringing home them CDJs that day played a big fucking role in it. I don't know. It just kind of just happened. Like, I can't pinpoint a date, a time, of where I decided, like, "Oh shit, okay, I'm doing this like full time." I think it probably was when Luke signed that track, because when I told my mum, like, "By the way, Lay Back Luke's just signed my song," she was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then I told my dad, and he was like, "Fuck, what the fuck?" Like, and I was like, "Yeah, I know." Like, but I remember the day when I told them both, and they were just like fucking ecstatic. And then that's when I knew, I was like, right, I can actually do this now. I can make this work. This is step one. Yeah. I've got my foot on the ladder, and I'm gonna, climb up it technically.
So you mentioned CDJs, and I'm gonna take a leap of faith here on the different, well, not the different, but the equipment that you use as a DJ. Are you using Pioneers or Denons? What are you using?
At the minute, I'm using Pioneer. Sorry.
I don't know if that seemed like 33, well, technically 34 questions, because I threw that curveball in there, but those are 34 questions. I have one more bonus for you, and this is the time to plug yourself in, your time to shine. Let everyone out there know in the digital world what you have going on. What does Take have coming up? New songs you're working on, shows. Give us a recap.
That was a lot of hype, and it might be a bit disappointing now. So I can't say about. Well, I can. I can't say about all the collaborations I'm working on because of like non-disclosure agreements and stuff like that. But it's like quite big artists, so that's all I can say. That's all I'm allowed to say, right? So a couple of tracks with them, make as much music as I can. Like I take my laptop to work to try and work on music and stuff sometimes as well on my break. So I'm going to use these 3 months to make as much music as I can, and then just shop it all out just in time for summer, but like still making music as well, obviously. The plan for this year, no gigs at the minute. Fingers crossed for that one which contacted me, though. I will be showing my presence in the EDM scene this year, definitely, because last year I kind of took a lot of time off.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, so like hopefully people will follow me on my socials, linked below.
Yep, it's in the link below, guys.
And then I'm just going to try and put out as much music as I can, do more guest mixes. If anyone's listening and wants me to do a guest mix on the podcast or whatever, hit your boy up to hear some scratching, some live mashups, the real deal. No microphone action here, don't worry.
All right, guys, there you have it. That is Take. I really appreciate you being on, and you now are officially a 33 Club member, dude. Thank you so much. How was that beer? Did you finish your beer?
I did, yes. I actually opened 2. So, yeah, it was okay. It's been a pleasure. Like, thank you very much. I didn't know my music would actually have an impact on people the way it does. Like, and obviously everything what you've been saying about it, like, really means a lot. So hopefully that'll be some fuel to finish some more tracks. Absolutely. And now you've said nice things about me, I might send you a couple of unreleased tracks as well.
I'm looking forward to it. I have a few shows coming up that I'd love to play those at, if you allow me. But yeah, to be honest, man, thank you so much. Your music has really inspired where I've gone as a producer, and it's definitely made my sets like primo del primo of El Primo.
Nice.
Yeah, so again, guys, thank you. Check him out. I'll put all of his information in the description below. And yeah, thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Cool. No worries, dude.